What's up, Heat Seekers? I am Joe Otis from joe'slit.com, and welcome to today's edition of Lit Picks. I'm live in the studio with a 2-week win streak. Hope to make it 3 weeks. Sorry, guys, I haven't been doing any singing lately. I don't know why. I guess I've been a little busy here. Just give me some slack for this week. No, didn't have my results video up either. I do apologize for that. I'll do better next time. Let me bring in my co-host at this time, the one and only Mike Costello. Mike, how you doing?
Well, you whooped my butt last week. I will admit that I went 5-8, but I still have a winning record on the year. I'm 49-41-2. That's pretty good. And yeah, I owe 2 songs as well. So I'll definitely get to the 2 songs this week. But between like potty training and sleep training with my other son, it's been chaos here. So I'll eventually get to it. So
sleep deprivation will get you.
Yeah. That's why my picks have been so bad.
All right. Well, we're starting NFL Week 10, folks. Mike is 4-3 on the season. He's up by 1, so I'm 3-4, and hopefully to tie things up this week. And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope to all our fans out there. Thank you all for watching this week. Let's go over the scores of how you score on Lit Picks. So if you pick the underdog, that's 3 points and up favored. You get 4 points. You pick the underdog that's less than 3 points. 3 and less is 3 points. The spread is 2 points. The over-under is also 2 points, and the favorite's 1 point. Are you ready to get this thing started, Mike?
Let's get going.
All right. Our first game is the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. This game, I can see the Eagles crushing it. I think that they're gonna at least. But I think they're gonna win by 10 points. I think that last games on Thursday Night Football was an outlier. I don't think that the Eagles are going to play a close game again this time. I think that they're going to take that bye week and take advantage of it. They're going to win by at least 10. That's why I'm taking them -3.5. I don't think you really have as much confidence as I do because I think you're going to go on the money line, right, Mike?
Yeah, so I was in the beginning, I was looking at this, and I actually was I think the Giants are going to cover this game. And the whole time I had New York Giants +4.5. And quite honestly, I think the only reason why I'm taking the Eagles here is because I'm an Eagles fan. I think if I wasn't, I got the shirt, I'll never get to wear this again or see it again. But anywho, if I wasn't an Eagles fan, I probably would have taken Giants with the points. But I'm going with the Eagles. They're healthy, and I'm just, hoping to watch the Eagles win the division at 6-10.
Yeah, probably. You want to hear how lame I am? I was going to wear that exact same shirt. Let me see the shirt you got. Is that the official one? Okay, no.
I have no idea. I ordered it. I don't know.
All right, let's go to our comments. Because I don't like the Eagles here. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong too, Bob.
Yeah.
I think that they have to win the games that they can win. They have to beat the Giants. They have to beat the Browns next week. They have a 4-game stretch against the Saints. They have to play the Seahawks. They have to play the Cardinals and the Packers. I think they have to at least win one of those games. And then they have to beat the Redskins, and the football team. And they have to beat the Cowboys again. And I think that's how they get the division, by winning the games they win and winning one of those 4 games against tough opponents. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. They're going to have to kind of do that, except I kind of see them splitting with the Giants here, and that's why this game concerns me.
All right.
The Giants are better than people think they are.
Oh, okay. Well, the next game is the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Green Bay Packers. Part of me wants to take the Jaguars, but they got this kid playing quarterback. He's not that bad, but he had one decent game. I think this game is going to be his bad one. That's why I'm going to take the Packers -13.5. That's laying a lot of points, and I really don't like to do that normally. But for this game, I think I can see the Packers winning by at least 20. I can see the game being like 42-17. I can see them winning by a lot. They are the home team here. Jacksonville is not really good. They're 1-7, having to travel to Lambeau. Of course, it's not the same without there being any fans there. But the Packers are just too good here. What do you think?
Yeah, so I actually had the Packers laying the points the whole entire time as well. Then I looked at the weather, and it is supposed to be ridiculous amounts of wind, which means you chalk that up to the Packers because the Jaguars. But then again, the Packers can get run on. So I just think that I was going to go with the under in this game. And actually, quite frankly, there's 3 really windy games that if you want to take the under on them, that's probably a good parlay that you guys can do. But I'm just going to be safe here and just take the Packers just for the points. This is a game. I'm going to take the points. I'm going to take this just, the 1 point here where the Packers are going to win this football game. But if I was leaning on something, I was going to take the Packers with the points, but I don't know. I'm kind of leaning with the Jaguars. It's a lot of points. It's still climbing. I think it's going to get to 14 by Sunday. But I'm just playing it safe here and getting the point.
Let's see what the question for Joe. What was the backside offensive tackles blocking assignment on guard trap? I think he had to fill in the gap and then try to get the linebacker and prevent them from moving. Let's see. Jags going to get Dabo. That's actually interesting. You think they're going to get Dabo Sweeney? I don't think so.
He probably won't leave.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, I don't think Dabo is going to leave Clemson. That's too good of a job. He's a god in Death Valley there. All right, so next game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I really want to take the Panthers here. I like Matt Rule. I think he's a really good coach. It's just that I really don't have confidence in them, following up with their recent performances. They looked too great last week. But I'm going to take the over in this one. I think that the Panthers have what it takes to put up at least 24. Is McCaffrey out this week? He already shoulder, I believe.
Yeah, he's out.
So he's out. I mean, Mike Davis is still a solid running back. But McCaffrey, him being out is pretty rough. But I think they still have the ability to put up at least 24 points. I can see the Buccaneers winning this one, though. What do you think?
I got the Bucks. Listen, they were embarrassed. Like, it was worst loss, I think, in Brady's career. They were embarrassed, all right, on prime time. I do not think they're going to come out this game and come out flat. I think they're going to come out this game. I think they're going to put this one in. I do like the over on this game. I think it could be a high-scoring game, but I'm taking Tampa here, laying the points. I think this is a pretty I like the Panthers, obviously. I like everything that they're doing. McCaffrey's now out again. I think they're going to struggle a little bit, kind of run the football here, and I got the Bucks laying the points.
All right. Well, let's see what the comments have to say. Here's my brother coming in here for making his debut. He says, "Can I claim like the Ayatollah did Reagan in Future 2? He was trying to special." Like, I don't see what he said.
I don't.
Bob
I've never seen that.
Yeah. Well, they're in the cafe and they have like the virtual reality version of the Ayatollah and Reagan. They're like, "You must try the pistachio," or whatever. There's Pat. He says, road team is 7-2 against the spread in the Panthers' last 9 games. The Panthers have won 6. Facts don't care about it. Panthers are better than people think. Yeah, I think so, too. Look at that. All right, on to the next game. It is the Houston Texans at the Cleveland Browns. Now, this is a game I really think the Browns should win, and I'll probably end up jinxing them. But I'm taking the Browns -4. I mean, they should be winning this game. It's pretty odd. I mean, they're the much better team here. The Texans are obviously in a rebuilding mode. There's turmoil in the front office there. They're firing people because they supposedly don't fit their culture, which I don't get. That's actually pissing off a lot of the players. It might make them more fired up to play in the game, but I just think the Browns, maybe this is their year. Maybe Stefanski is the guy to get it done. I'm taking them -4. They're home. What do you think?
So actually, I'm looking at it at that moment. I guess since we've been talking, that line actually went up. It was 3.5. It just went up to 4 in literally 5 minutes since we were doing this. I'm on the Cleveland side as well, but this is supposed to be a ridiculously heavy weather game again. They're saying they're supposed to be 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Whenever the wind gets up over 25 miles per hour, that's a factor. The Cleveland Browns have already played one game in this. They played against the Raiders. It was a 16-6 game. They ended up losing. So I think that they are more prone to it. Obviously, with Chubb coming back, they're going to have a better running game. Texans can't stop the run. So I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair. Both teams are going to try and run the ball. I don't think they're going to try and throw it as much. I mean, Deshaun Watson's going to try and rely on his legs, but I'm going to go with the under here in 46.5. But I do like the lean to the Browns.
Why can't T-Rexes scratch their back? Because they have too small arms. On to the next one. Let's see. So our next game is the Washington football team at the Detroit Lions. Now I hate taking the football team. They always screw me. So I'm done picking them. I'm picking the Lions -4.5. The Lions are on a 2-game losing streak here. They have not been doing very well. I shouldn't really take them, but I think they play the good teams bad. They play the bad teams good. That's why I'm going to take the Lions -4.5. I can see them winning and covering. What do you think?
So in this case, I am going with Washington. Thinking about this, I'm going to go with Washington because Detroit, Galladay's not playing again. They're a completely different team without him. Washington's good. I like them. I think they're actually going to win the division this year. And Alex Smith is back. I don't know how that's going to be, but I'm going with Washington. I'm taking the points.
How many losses does Washington have right now in that division?
I think they're like a half. I think they're half a game back. Isn't everybody half a game back? Besides the Cowboys.
That's actually a good joke because they're all dead. The T-Rexes can't scratch your back because they're all dead. I got this guy. Studies the win. And Mike, I've got a question for you from the audience.
All right, hold on. Washington is 2-6. The Eagles are 3-4-1, so they're back too. What's this question? Someone narrated your life. Who would you want to be the narrator? Other than Morgan Freeman? Wow, that's a great question. P.F. Chang. Love that
John
voice.
Stewart for the narrator. It's a Bob thing.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I do have the hair. You know. I had like 7 gift cards from P.F. Chang's and just got so much food.
I spelled Bills wrong in this one. I don't know what I was thinking, but we got the Buffalo Bills at the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Bills are starting to pull away in the division there. Miami's breathing down their neck, though, but I like the Bills. I mean, they proved they can beat a good football team when they beat the Titans. And yeah, so I'm going to take the Bills on the money line here because I think that people are a little bit too excited on the Cardinals here. But, Mike, I do have a trivia question for you. Name the only quarterback in NFL history to throw for 2,000 yards and rush for 500 yards in the first 8 games.
The only quarterback what?
The only quarterback in NFL history in 8 games, their first 8 games of the season, to throw for 2,000 yards and rush for 500.
I mean, you want me to say Kyler Murray? Does he have that already? If anything, it's going to be. I would think Michael Vick.
Jared Allen? Or Josh Allen? What the hell?
Oh, Josh Allen does that. Wow. Yeah, I guess he is having a good year, but
it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is actually kind of.
You know my thoughts. I still think the Bills are just a fraudulent team. I don't know. I mean, then they go out and destroy Seattle. So who the heck knows? I'm sticking with the Cardinals again. I've been doing this nonstop, and I think every time I take the Cardinals, they lose. So I'm laying the Cardinals here, and maybe I've just given you this 3 points there because I apparently can't pick this, but the Bills are on a streak. It's going to come down. It's going to end. So let's go Cardinals laying the points. Kyler Murray's too good. They're fast. I'm going with them.
I mean, and plus, the game is in Arizona. Let's go with that.
Yeah, but I think you're safe if you take the over on this game because there's going to be a lot. I think this is going to be a 30-30 game.
There's going to be a lot of points on that. Yeah. All right, so the next game is the Los Angeles Chargers at the Miami Dolphins. I like Miami. I think Tua is good. He's looking pretty safe there. He's not really taking that many risks under center, but I like the way the defense is playing. The defense has been really impressive with the Dolphins for me, and the special teams running some kicks back. I like the Dolphins here. I'm going to take a -1.5. I'm surprised that the line isn't that much bigger than it is, considering that the game is in Miami, and the Chargers. They're a good team. They're always in it, but they don't know how to finish the game at the end to get the victory. So, I mean, the Dolphins are – I like the Dolphins here. What do you like, Mike?
I'm taking the Chargers here straight up. I don't know. I think it's just I have these biases and I just can't go against them. And I think it's a terrible idea, but I'm doing it now. And I think I'm going to get back out of this next week. And I'm just going to kind of go back to, what I want to do. But the Chargers are the worst team ever with 2 minutes left in the game. And I don't know. I'm hoping that they're up by 2 touchdowns going to win it. The Dolphins defense has been really good. I don't know. I just think that the Dolphins, Herbert he's just a different breed. And looking at him now saying, hey, look, you guys took, 2 over me. I'm going to prove myself. So I'm taking the Chargers here straight up.
And Bob said last week, Miami, they are well coached. I think Brian Flores very well could be the coach of the year so far. I mean, Miami was a train wreck last year. They looked awful, especially when they played the Ravens early in the season. They got destroyed. And Pat Rose is, in the words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. It's a Star Wars reference for you. And he says, not sure if Miami will get enough points. All right, on to the next thing. We got the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, I like the Broncos did pretty good for me 2 weeks ago when the game win, and they looked terrible last week. So I'm going to take the Raiders here, -4 laying the points. The Raiders are the better team. The Raiders got lucky to win last week, but I think they're going to bounce back. Hopefully, I think they're going to win at least like 13-14 by 2 scores here. What do you think?
See, I actually think that the Denver, they are a horrendous football team. And I actually think that they're going to cover this game. I think they have a very good opportunity to win. But the one thing that I am almost certain of is that this game's going to go over. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. The Raiders are probably going to put up 20 to 30 points. I think the Broncos can put up 20 to 30 points. I think the over is a slam dunk. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think I took this game as my Mega Parlay, and I probably should have. Terrible job by me. Just shows you that it's one bad week. But yeah, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game here. So I'm going with the over here. The Raiders are an over team. I mean, they've been like that pretty much all season. So 51, that's not that high. I'll take it.
Got a question for you from the audience. What do you like better, backing out of your driveway or backing out of fantasy football trades, you rat? What's that all about?
So we had a deal in place, and I can air it out, but I'm not going to. I can air it out that I was going to trade him Michael Thomas. Now, the issue that I looked at is I don't have enough free agent dollars where I'd have to spend that dollar to make that trade. I was going to get my boy Josh Jacobs back because I love him, but I couldn't do it because I don't have the free agent money. Because if a player goes down, I don't have enough money to go for the rest of my team. So that was why. And I don't back out of the driveway. I park on the street now. So.
What happens to you backing out of the driveway? I don't get it.
So when we were neighbors, I used to take my car and drive it in reverse and park it in front of his house, which we lived one house away, and I still drove to his house every day. True story. I was athletic back then.
The street. You wouldn't just.
Yeah.
Bill has a question.
I really wasn't that athletic.
He goes, should I use Wentz or Allen to beat Snake this week? Probably Allen.
Allen. You go with the over-unders, and that game is at 50-something, and the Eagles game's at 46. Unless you want to be a homer like you were in the first week of the season and start Wentz.
All right, so the next game is the San Francisco 49ers at the New Orleans Saints. This game, I think that this game is a trap game for the Saints. I think a lot of people think that the Niners are going to be bad, especially with their quarterback out and their star tight end, who's amazing, I might add, who I talk great things about every single week here. But I'm just going to be safe and go with the over on this one. 49 isn't a lot of points. It's not that many. Got to figure this game's going to be like 31-20, something like that. So I'm taking the over. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one. That's what, and I'm like the same with you. I think the public is definitely going to be on New Orleans. I think I checked last time; it was like 80% public, which means that's not a good sign. So I'm going San Fran, getting the points, 9.5. I think Shanahan's too good of a coach. They're getting people back. Ayukin's going to come back. I think Debo is still out, but the running backs and everybody aren't back. But I think this is going to be back. I'm taking a 9.5 points. But give me those points. I think they can do this.
All right.
Is that a Street Fighter reference?
Yes, Street Fighter reference.
Okay.
I don't get what that means. Could be a letdown.
Oh.
I agree with that. All right. Next game is
Notice I went with two trends of two teams getting embarrassed: the Niners and the Buccaneers.
So we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams is our next game. A lot of 4 p.m. games this week. Usually it's like 3 games that are 4 p.m., but this week seems like there's a lot of 4 p.m. games. I think a lot of people are going to take the Seahawks. I think that's where the money is. I don't understand why they're underdogs, the Seahawks. I think the Rams very well should be underdogs, even though the game isn't at SoFi Stadium in LA. I'm going to take the Rams here. They're coming off a bye, and they got beat pretty bad 2 weeks ago by the Dolphins, and I think that they're going to want to recover, and I think they're going to maybe prove to the world that the Seahawks maybe aren't the top team in the AFC West, and in fact it should be the Rams, or should be up there. But I think that 2.5 points. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why they're underdogs, but I can see them being fresh, coming off a bye and beating the Seahawks. What do you think?
So this is a tough game. The Rams are actually a really good football team, and actually Jared Goff he's actually, if you look at his numbers, he's actually playing pretty well. I do like the Rams here, but I'm going with the Seahawks because my boy Russell Wilson, I just stick with them. They lost last week. I don't really see them losing 2 weeks in a row. I think Carroll's a very good coach. McVay knows 2-1 after the bye. But as I kind of look through this, I'm going with Seattle. I don't think Russell Wilson loses back-to-back games, and that's why I'm kind of taking this points. You're going to give me Seahawks, and you're going to give me points. I'll take it.
All right. Let's see. We got Bob says take the over, and we got a bonus flip pick. I'll do this one. Pat wants to know who do you like to win the Masters? You go first. Tell me who you like.
So I actually had a couple three. I think before the Masters started, I had Xander Schauffele on there. I was just telling Joe before that I had I'm trying to think Sujin Im. I had him on there who was doing really well. And then who else do I have on this too? I was looking at it too. It's a kind of a sleeper pick. But I like Xander. He's probably my top guy with everybody. Everybody's going to probably take Justin Thomas too. I also like Cameron Smith.
What do you think, Joe? I like Xander Schauffele as well, Xander Schauffele. But if I was going to put another bet, I like Tommy Fleetwood. He's a good golfer. I like him.
He played well last year. Late.
John Rahm had that hole in one. I told Billy, I said, there's no way that this guy hits a hole in one and wins the Masters in the same week. I don't know how Finau's doing right now. I like Tony Finau, but he's only 1 under right now. I don't know if he'll make the cut or not, but yeah, I like Schauffele and I like Fleetwood. Those are my guys. No, he was not in that movie. That was Mr. Hacker. All right, next one is Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think I wanted to take the Bengals on this one, but I can't see them pulling off the upset here. I want to be safe here. I'm just going for my 1 point and just take the Steelers on the money line at -315. 7 points is a lot of points, and even to get 7 points by taking the Bengals with the spread, I just didn't think they're going to pull it off. I think the Steelers are going to win by a lot in this one, but I'm not 100% positive it's going to happen, so I'll take it safe. What do you think?
So I was like, this is the Bengals game all the way. But Pittsburgh played so bad last week against Dallas and won. And I'm going to take the Steelers here, laying the points now. I understand it was 6.5 before, and I loved it. Now that it's 7, I'm not a big fan of this game, but I'm going to take the Steelers here. And the reason why is there's one reason, and that's going to be called pass rush. The pass rush, I don't think the Bengals are going to be able to stop the pass rush. They're the number 1 defense in the league with rushing the passer. The Bengals, Burrow's probably going to get sacked 5 or 6 times. If there's an over-under on that, I would say that Burrow's probably going to get sacked at least 5 times. And I think that's going to be doomsday for them. Like I said, I like the Bengals, but then I started looking in this game more. I got the Steelers, and Pat's going to be happy because I think Connor's going to score a touchdown if he doesn't get benched after his miscues from last week.
Now, to tell myself when I was 13 years old that one day you'll be streaming football pics with your friend and mentioning Trampire in the freaking in the comments, and Billy mentioning the names of the characters. That's Freddy, Freddy, and yeah. So back to the action. This is a tough game. Really want to take Cincy. I do too, but I think the Steelers are going to win. Steelers D would be better with Meyer in the wide nine. All right. Move on to the next one. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the New England Patriots. Now, this game is on Sunday Night Football. I think that the Patriots looked really bad last week. They're obviously not the same Tom Brady-led Patriots. But then again, you can say that, but what about the fact that their defense is missing a lot of key components, like Dante Hightower? I mean, him skipping the season, that's pretty big for the defense. That's going to hurt them a lot. That's why they're not the same. With that being said, I think that with the lights in prime time on Sunday Night Football, I want the Patriots +7. I think they're going to come into play this week. They were embarrassed last week. They lost 2 weeks ago on a fumble in the last minute. So I'm going to take the Patriots +7. Yeah, because I don't think they're going to win the game, but I think they're going to make it competitive. This game could be going to overtime, maybe like a last-minute field goal. What do you think?
So originally I was all on board with the Patriots, and I was like, the Patriots are going to keep this game close. Belichick knows how to work Lamar Jackson. He knows how to keep it close. He knows how to stop him. He knows how to do this. And then I did one thing. Lamar Jackson basically came out and basically said, now, and this is funny because, when I used to coach, as I am retired now, the Fire Football Associations, when I was coaching, the kids always used to be like, they know the play, they know the play. Of course they know the play. Their defense yells out the play every single time, and they're going to be right every once in a while. But the fact that he came out and said that they know the offensive plays, they know this and that, he's going to come out and talk smack and kind of like throw his coach under the bus. He's going to come out, and I think he is going to have a day. This is a Lamar Jackson day. I don't think Belichick's going to stop him this week. I'm taking the Ravens laying the points only because of that reason right there.
All right. Our last game is the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. And, I've probably been jinxing the Bears like the last 3 weeks. They lost 3 in a row. I'm going to take them on the money line. They're the underdogs in this one at +128. It's a low underdog. There's not a lot of really high underdogs to really feel comfortable taking this week. I'm a little bit more conservative this week. But I'm going to take the Bears on the money line. I can see them beating the Vikings. The Vikings looked really good last week, but I think that's just going to be 1 week. I think that the Bears defense will come to play. I think they're going to slow down Dalvin Cook and take the win. What do you think?
I think the Bears are a terrible football team. I just don't think they're a very good football team. Their offense is just, their offense looks like, I don't even know. I can't even explain it. They just look like a really bad assembled fantasy football team that somebody they're just struggling on all cylinders. They don't seem to have it. I have the Vikings here. I'm taking the Vikings laying the points. The Vikings are actually a good football team. They're better than what people think they are. They're starting to get better a little bit on defense. They've kind of, they have an identity a little bit more. Dalvin Cook is ridiculously good. But I'm going to take the Vikings here, laying this point on Monday night. I think they cover this pretty easy.
All right. Pats are losing on purpose, but they will cover. That's what Bob says. He says D wouldn't know the plays when DD was calling them. What's that supposed to be? We got who's D?
We'll talk after.
I don't even know who's talking about. Oh, is it you're holding him, that one? Okay. All right. He's not watching this. I think he stopped being a fan of the show. He hasn't been on. We got a Mike Proetti, Vikings on a roll, baby. We got an appearance from Mike. Let's see. We got Pat saying Matt Nagy gets fired at the end of the season with the Eagles. That could be probably what happened.
I guess there goes my job. I guess I'm not going to be the Eagles OC. It's not like Doug Peterson's going to name an OC anyway because he thinks he does a great job calling plays.
All right, Mike. You know what time it is, right?
Yeah.
Mega Parlay time.
Time where I kind of messed up my Mega Parlays.
I'm going to take the Rams -2.5. I think they're going to win that game. I think the Dolphins -1.5. The Bills +128 and the Browns -4. That will get you +1489. Still a pretty big risk parlay there. What do you like, Mike?
So I, like I said, I went back on this and I was like, crap, probably should have took the over in that game because I love that game so much with the over in the Denver and Raiders, but I didn't take it because I was put on the spot here. I'm taking the Vikings straight up here. Like I said, I'm going to just take them straight up here. I think they win the game. The points, I'm like, because it's the Bears defense is good. I think the Steelers laying the 7 here, the Bucks laying the 6, and the Arizona -2.5 here. So I think I'm going to get 3 out of 4 here.
All right. I mean, you want to get 4 out of 4, but 3 out of 4, and that's still pretty good. And it's time for the karaoke punishment time. So with that, what do you think? What genre do you think, Mike?
I have no idea. So I'm thinking you're probably going to give me something with like a hard rock or metal or something like that.
No. You see,
what do we got here? Or are you typing something in now?
I made a mistake. I took yours out.
Oh.
So there might be a spelling mistake here, but whatever. But yeah. So
sorry, Bob won't know what the difference anyway.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Dalvin Cook is in your backfield, or Mr. Cook. Okay, your Chinese buffet team. Who's Mr. Cook?
That was I think that was
what is this?
We went to a I think it was a Wendy's buffet. It was a Wendy's buffet or something, or Pizza Hut buffet or something like that. And my dad, every time my dad got up, a bell went off. I swear, I think that they were just playing. I think that they were just like making fun of the big guy. So he must have gotten like 8 or 9. He went up like 8 or 9 times, and every time he went up, there was a bell that was ringing. So I think the people that were working there were like making like this thing with my dad every time he did it.
Wendy's buffet, though. I mean, like, what do they have at a Wendy's buffet?
I think it was Pizza Hut. I don't remember, dude. I was like 8 or 9 years old, but all I remember was like Pavlov's dogs. Like the bell just kept ringing every time he went up to get food.
Billy's in for the Mega Parlay. We got Wendy's buffet, and Bob says haha to that. All right, so going back to your karaoke punishment for this week, Mike, it's going to be "Good Vibrations" by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Do you like that song?
I think I know it. I've got the good. Is that it?
Yes, Mike. Come on, everyone knows that.
Then I know it. I think isn't that the only song that he ever made? I mean, I
don't know this song. I've never heard this one before. So you want to keep it? You want to go with the Unchained Melody for me, right?
Yeah, I'm sticking that because that's what the people voted for. But I have a good song for you next week, so hopefully I win.
All right. Well, folks, it's the end of the broadcast. Hopefully I'll win again this week. And Mike, tell everybody to what?
Probably. Stay lit and enjoy Sunday. And it's going to get cold now, so bundle up.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to share, subscribe, make sure leave some comments on here. And hopefully I'll have an opening for the show next week with the whole theme song, and we'll see what happens. All right? Bye-bye.